The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization. Hello and welcome once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. This week on the Straight Bat, a very simple and contentious question at the outset. Is this man an anti-national? That's right. We've heard a lot of words over the years being used to describe the one and only Navjot Singh Sidhu. When he started off his cricket career in the early 1980s, no one quite knew what to make out of him. He was a cricketer who seemed to have no strokes. So when he played his first test in 1983 against West Indies, he was described as a strokeless wonder. 4 years later, Sidhu had reinvented himself as a one-day batsman in the World Cup of 1987, hit 5 sixes in a match against eventual winners Australia, and suddenly he had a new name, Sixer Sidhu. Then, right during his cricket career, we barely heard him. The moment he retired from cricket, he suddenly appeared on television and he just couldn't stop talking. So he was called Motormouth Sidhu. That's not all. He then again came up with a new avatar as a comedy show co-host and full of witticisms, or as they were then called, Sidhuisms. So as you can see, he's gone through various avatars, and in the latest one, he's of course a politician batting for the Congress, where once he played for the BJP, a self-styled anti-corruption crusader who calls himself Punjab ka Sher. Now, in all these various innings in his life, as I said, he's been called various things: good, bad, ugly, indifferent, but no one has really called him anti-national until the former Punjab Chief Minister, Captain Amrinder Singh, this week. I was interviewing the Chief Minister, Captain Singh, on the very day that he resigned or was forced out of office in Punjab. And he suddenly, when I asked him the Sidhu question, whether he would support Sidhu, he blurted out, "Of course not. The man is an anti-national. How can you trust someone like him?" Now, let me make it clear. I am no great fan of Navjot Singh Sidhu's politics. Someone who switches so easily from the BJP to the Congress, one day praising Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Modi, in effusive terms, next day using the same language to praise Sonia Gandhi. Something seems wrong somewhere. Something discomfits me at times about Mr. Sidhu's politics and makes me look at him at times with a bit of suspicion. You can call him unreliable though. You can perhaps suggest that as a result he is a political opportunist. But can you call him anti-national? Maverick, yes, but anti-national? And that too because now Captain Singh claims that how could Sidhu go ahead and hug the Pakistani Army Chief General Bajwa during Imran Khan's swearing-in ceremony a few years ago. Let me be clear again, friends. I would not hug General Bajwa, but I would certainly attend Imran Khan's swearing-in oath-taking ceremony as Prime Minister if I had been invited. Now, I must confess that I know Mr. Khan rather well, but he did not invite me for his swearing in. He invited 3 cricketers. He invited Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, and perhaps as an afterthought, Navjot Sidhu. Sunil Gavaskar politely declined. Kapil Dev quietly declined. But Sidhu gladly accepted, because in 2017-18, when Imran Khan was sworn in, Sidhu had just become an MLA in Punjab. He was a minister raring to go, but was being given very little work. He was completely marginalized in the Amrinder Singh government. So along comes Imran Khan swearing in I think it was August of 2017. Sidhu is looking for a break, opportunity to showcase his independent identity, and he sees an opportunity in Imran swearing in. Now, he seeks permission from Captain Singh, who's disinclined. Sidhu then quietly goes to the center, seeks permission from the center to attend the swearing in ceremony. And this is important, Sushma Swaraj, then Minister for External Affairs, grants the permission. So lo and behold, the Modi government gives Sidhu permission to go to Pakistan, to Islamabad, to attend Imran Khan's swearing in ceremony. Sidhu there, dressed in his flamboyant attire, is a showstopper. And next thing you know, General Bajwa, who's there, reaches out to Sidhu, and Mr. Sidhu hugs him. As they say in Punjab, it's a classic jhappi that is given. Now, you can argue, and rightly so, that Sidhu perhaps forgot that every move of his in Pakistan would be closely monitored. That he forgot that he was not on a comedy show with Kapil Sharma. It was a political indiscretion. It perhaps showed a level of naivete or perhaps immaturity. But was it anti-national? The army chief is the most powerful man in Pakistan. He's also, some would argue, the symbol of anti-Indianism in Pakistan. But does the singular act of giving him a jhappi in true Punjabi style make Navjot Sidhu a traitor, an anti-national? In my humble opinion, it doesn't. Look, we had Prime Minister Modi, who in December of 2015 suddenly decides to stop over and go and embrace his counterpart in Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, wish Mr. Sharif for his birthday and his granddaughter's wedding. A few weeks later, we have a terror attack in Pathankot. Was Mr. Modi being anti-national in going and embracing Mr. Sharif? Certainly not. You have a situation where, remember years earlier, the warmth of Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Lahore bus yatra, which ends in the icy climbs of Kargil, and several of our Jawans are martyred. Does that mean that the Lahore bus yatra initiative of Mr. Vajpayee makes him anti-national? Certainly not. You have even now reports that Ajit Doval, the National Security Advisor in the government, has been conducting quiet back-channel negotiations with his Pakistani counterpart. Does that make Mr. Doval anti-national? Certainly not. Are we then saying that only the act of Sidhu in hugging Mr. Bajwa becomes an act of treason? Even though, remember, he's the officially designated army chief of Pakistan, and Mr. Sidhu was attending a formal ceremony that was approved of by the government of India. I know that Captain Amrinder Singh is a patriot who wears his military honor with great pride on his sleeve. I also know that he is someone who has always pushed for close people-to-people contacts with Pakistan. He comes from the royal family of Patiala, and they've had close connections in the past with Lahore. Captain Singh has every reason to attack Navjot Sidhu for his politics, his mercurial style of politics. But in my view, by calling a political rival an anti-national, Captain Singh has fallen into the same trap, the same false narrative that is well set up by those who have chosen to label anyone who wants better relations with Pakistan, who reaches out to Pakistan in a sense, as anti-national. It is unfortunate that we view, my friends, relations with Pakistan in such stark black and white terms, where the reality in truth is much more complex. I was interestingly in Pakistan in November 2018 when Navjot Sidhu went there as part of the delegation during the inauguration of the Kartarpur corridor. It was a historic, emotional occasion, and I can tell you that Mr. Sidhu got the loudest applause there from the Pakistani Sikhs who reside in that country. There is an emotional connect between the two Punjabs that you simply cannot discount. And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying that we've got to make every effort to bridge boundaries, to become ambassadors of peace rather than build these conflicts of hate and violence all the time. Not easy, but in my view, it must be attempted. By the way, don't also forget that the same Navjot Singh Sidhu was man of the match in that famous Bangalore Encounter World Cup quarterfinals in 1996. On the cricket field, he played for India with pride. Off the cricket field, he is controversial, but he isn't anti-national. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.